Hi everyone, we're going to talk about college admissions and give you an overview of the process. One of the first things to consider when you're thinking about college is what type of school you're interested in. Do you have your heart set on a 4-year university where you can live on campus, or does the idea of a smaller 2-year state college sound good? Or maybe you're thinking about a more hands-on approach such as a technical school. Joining the military is also another option and something you should discuss with your family. Contact your school's military recruiter if you have any questions. There's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever decision makes the most sense for you and your family. This is a time for you to do some soul searching. What environment would you prefer and do best in? Here's some things to consider. Do you want to or need to stay closer to home? Does a larger campus seem exciting to you, or do you like the idea of a smaller school where you'll get to know more people? What's your major going to be? Some schools are well known for a particular program and major. Be realistic about costs and financial aid. Talk with your family. If you get enough grants and scholarships, what seems like an expensive school might be very affordable. Find out what the freshman class looks like at the schools you're interested in attending. What's the GPA and test score ranges they're looking for? Is it close to what you have? And check the deadlines. You definitely don't want to miss one. Schools also have different types of admission policies. An admission type of open enrollment means the school will accept you with a high school diploma or GED. Those are 2-year state colleges such as Valencia or Seminole State. A competitive school means they don't accept everyone who applies. They're looking for someone with higher grades and test scores than their peers, someone with a higher rank in their class. Some examples are FSU, UF, and UCF. A highly selective school admits a small percentage of students who apply. Some examples are Harvard, Princeton, and Yale. You'll need to do some research to narrow down the colleges you're interested in. You should be considering more than just one school, but probably not a dozen. The average is to have a list of 4 to 8 schools you'll apply to. Orange County Public Schools has a new tool for students to use this year called SCORE. You can search for colleges by their location, size, majors offered, and many other built-in filters. College Board, that's the SAT and AP people, have something similar called Big Future. Feel free to explore your options. Colleges are hosting virtual visits and college fairs this year. Your school will have a list of what colleges are presenting information sessions and when. Most will require that you sign up in advance. Also, talk with your family and people you know who have gone to college. They can share their experience and give you some suggestions. There are pros and cons to both public universities and private schools. Some things to consider include public schools are sometimes closer to home. They have a variety of majors and offer a lot of activities. Many public colleges and universities also come with a larger class size, though, and a smaller price tag. Private schools often have smaller size classes and more opportunities for student internships and alumni networking for jobs, but this can also come with a higher cost. Let's take a look at how much a year of college can cost. The average cost of tuition and fees at a private college or university is about $35,000. The average room and board is almost $13,000. The cost of books, about $1,000, is similar to that at a public university, and a conservative personal expense averages about the same as well as $3,500. The total average cost of attendance at a private college or university is about $52,000 per year. This is a conservative number, as many schools can reach upwards of $60,000 per year. Compare that to the cost of a year at a public school, a little over $21,000. This means there's an approximate difference of about $31,000 each year, a total of over $120,000 for 4 years if you attend a private college instead of an in-state public university. As mentioned before, There are many financial aid possibilities if you attend a private school, and these can make the costs similar to those of a public school, if not better. Now we're going to talk about your safety, match, and reach schools. Your college list should include several different schools and what you think are your chances of being accepted. A safety school is one that you're almost positive you'd get in. You've checked their website and your numbers look good. Your GPA and test scores are higher than their average. A match school is one that you're pretty sure you'd get in. You've checked their website and your numbers still look good. Your GPA and test scores are about their average. A reach school is one that you're not sure you'd get in, but it's where you really want to go. If your GPA and test scores are at the lower end of their admissions range, go ahead and try. Just make sure the rest of your application really makes you stand out. Selective colleges are what OCPS refers to as super scholar schools. Again, think Harvard, Princeton, or Yale as some examples, and students are definitely encouraged to apply. The list of these super scholar schools are determined each year by U.S. News and World Report's rankings of the top national universities and liberal arts colleges. To get into a highly selective school, you have to make yourself stand out from the rest of your peers. It's important to have a challenging schedule if you want to be accepted to a 4-year university. Your transcript should show an increase in the number of rigorous courses taken each year and the level of difficulty, if you can be successful at it. You should also be able to maintain a strong GPA in all academic courses. It's also good to show a GPA that increases. Your junior year of high school is very important since it's the last snapshot of academic rigor and success that a college or university will see before making their admission decision. This doesn't mean your senior year won't count, it does. The colleges and universities will still see your schedule and final grades at the end of senior year. Schools reserve the right to rescind offers of admission if your final grades are not up to the school's expectations. Community service and extracurricular activities are also an important part of the college application and selection process. Most applications will ask you to list and discuss your community service and school involvement. You can include the activities you've been involved in and talk about them in your personal essay. Community service involvement should reflect causes that are meaningful to you, and you should be able to explain how you're making an impact on your community through a commitment to service projects. Extracurricular activities should also be focused on things that interest you. Choose a handful of activities and commit to being a leader in those, rather than just being a name on the roster for many organizations. Showing leadership experience and potential is a good way to stand out from other applicants. You should be a leader in both on-campus and off-campus organizations. Being a leader doesn't mean you have to be the president, though, but you should show that you're committed and making a difference. All of these items will culminate in a compelling essay. This is where you get to shine. You'll show that you're a strong applicant and a college admissions officer would want to have you on their campus. Schools also have different types of application deadlines. Early action means applying by an early deadline before the college's regular admission deadline. This is a non-binding option. Early decision also means applying by the early deadline and usually receiving an earlier notification. The big difference here is that early decision is binding. You should apply for early decision if you are 100% sure you want to attend that college. In rare cases, you might be able to get out of this binding decision if the financial aid award does not meet your needs, but there can also be a fee for this. Regular admission is applying by the regular admission deadline and receiving notification at the regular time set by the college or university. This is most common for public state universities. It's important to know that even though a school has rolling admissions, no set deadline, you should still apply early. You might think you can apply late in your senior year and be accepted because the school doesn't have an application deadline. You may be accepted beyond the recommended admission period, but it also may mean that you miss institutional academic scholarship deadlines. Many colleges across the country are now test optional due to COVID-19. Check their website for updates. Some applications include an opportunity to write about how COVID affected you. While you don't have to answer this question, if COVID significantly affected you or your family, write about it and be specific. After you've applied and been accepted to the college or university, you might think the work is over. It's important to remember that there are still things to do. You should apply for the Bright Future Scholarship. The application window opens on December 1st. Many OCPS high schools follow the best practice of having every senior apply, regardless of GPA and test scores. You should definitely complete the FAFSA. That's the free application for federal student aid. The window for FAFSA completion opens on October 1st. And also apply for private scholarships, notify schools of your decision to accept their offer of admission or not, and prepare for the exciting transition from high school to college life. If you have any questions about the college admission process, please contact the OCPS College Transition Counselor for your high school.